If you've been eyeing off Stikbold, the Dodgeball Adventure Deluxe for Switch, I might be able to clear up a few things for you with one sentence. Stikbold is a fun game to play with friends, but lacks the same enjoyment by yourself. Stickbold claims itself to be a glorious and intense sport, which will put your friendships to the test with fast-paced, hard-hitting, and occasionally hilariously unfair action. And it certainly isn't wrong, to say the least. Where the game really shines is the straight-up multiplayer matches in quick match mode, allowing you and up to 5 friends to duke it out in smashing each other with big red balls. For those of you following along at home, that's 6 players at once. Forget that 4-player action, 6 is the new 4. If you're missing a few friends, don't worry, you can add some bots and they'll take their place. For anyone who's never played Dodgeball, or at the very least seen the delightful comedy romp Dodgeball, a true underdog story starring Vince Vaughn and Ben Stiller, the rules are fairly straightforward. Scramble around to grab the ball, throw it at your opponent and try to knock them out. Okay, so maybe the rules are a little different to regular Dodgeball. In normal Dodgeball, you aren't aiming to cause physical damage to the other players, just kind of hit them around a bit with the ball and hope they don't catch it to save themselves from coming out. Stickbold encourages you to keep smashing your adversaries over and over again to daze them enough to be considered out. Catching the ball isn't your only saving grace either. Depending on which of the 6 different arenas you're playing on, there are environmental elements that can come to your aid. For example, in the gym, for some unknown reason, there's a hot dog vendor walking around handing out hot dogs to any player who feels a little famished. Oh wait, but what's this? You don't eat the hot dogs, you ditch them at the other people. Arenas don't just have interactive elements either, but also contain certain things that can help or hinder your ability to take home the W. Like waves. Waves suck. If you do happen to get the juice knocked out of you, don't feel too discouraged. Sure, you no longer get to be right in the middle of the ball-socking action, but you do get to mess with the other players. If you can't win, what's better than making someone else lose? This is actually my favourite part of the game. Let's look at the roundabout arena. Sure, it's hazardous enough with those buses driving around the place, but a player-controlled swan coming at you? That is truly frightening, and a little too close to home. What's that? You've never been attacked by a swan before? Wow, you must have led a sheltered life then. Certainly a life I envy. One devoid of swan attacks. Whether you're playing in team versus team or free-for-all, whoever gains victory in 3 rounds first comes out victorious and is crowned the victor. Aside from these 2 modes in quick play, there are also some minigames to waste a bit of time in. First up is Handyball, which I like just for the name alone, Handyball. In Handyball, you hit up the gym, with either 2, 4 or 6 players, making equal teams. There are 2 soccer-like goals set up, and the aim being to score more points than the opponents in 3 minutes. Next is Pop Pop. No, not someone's grandpa, but a minigame where you take to the beach with up to 6 players, each with a big beach ball tethered to them, avoiding sharks and waves and jellyfish from popping them. The first to 3 points wins. Crate Escape is another team-based game for an even number of players, taking place on the oil rig, trying to protect your own crates while destroying the other teams. And Rainbow Rumpus, where the only goal is to be the final player of up to 6 to survive an onslaught of harrowing and downright dangerous hazards. Pretty much they're throwing everything at you. These mini-games are okay, but not as good as the main event. Outside of quick play, there's a game show twist added in Wheel of Rumpus. Google informs me that rumpus means a usually noisy commotion, and frankly, anytime I play it's a rumpus. I mean, it's not every day you're shouting, "Watch out for that streaker," or "The swan is coming," but I digress. In Wheel of Rumpus, players take it in turns to drop the ball into the big roulette wheel to decide which round is about to be played. Instead of just a regular match though, there might be a special bonus point condition as well, such as the first person to catch someone with a streaker gets the bonus point, which brings some strategy into play. Do you just go for the normal win by smacking up the others with the ball, or do you try to get out first so you can take control of a streaker to gain that bonus point? As you earn points from winning games, you get to pimp out your character with clothes and accessories, making yourself look all dapper. Wheel of Rumpus also includes the minigames in the lineup, so you never know what you're going to spin up. Not to mention the fail and win wedges, which just might gain you an extra point or have someone lose a point leading into the finals. In the finals, these points equal how many lives you have in one last free-for-all, where just one player can leave with the trophy. Alongside Quick Match and Wheel of Rumpus is Story Mode, where you and a friend, or if you don't have any friends, a mostly computer-controlled teammate, play through the ranks on a grand adventure, trying to win the coveted trophy. The story is humorous and a nice addition to just a regular tournament mode. It's also not as straightforward as 2v2 matches either. Sometimes you'll find yourself outnumbered against a larger team of hippies who want to stop you in your tracks. As you play through story mode, you unlock new characters to play with too. Up to 18 of them in total. My favourite is still Bjorn, for his resemblance to me mostly. It's like looking into a blocky, skinny, Swedish, 70s inspired mirror. The art style is very Minecraft and lends itself well to the game as a whole, and the colour palette chosen makes the game stand out. The music, whilst not uninspired, was also not memorable, but fulfilled its role as party game ambiance. All up, Stikbold the Dodgeball adventure is a fun game to play with a group of people in the quick match modes, and not so bad with 2-player co-op in story mode either. But playing by yourself, it just doesn't have the same level as fun about it. Not being able to trash talk and laugh with your cohorts, it's not terrible, but it's just not the same. I give Stickbold the Dodgeball Adventure Deluxe 4 stars out of 5.